So that's why all of you see me such a champion right now of being aware of what I do down to everything. You know, why do I like candles? Why did I stop liking candles?
Yeah.
Why, why? What caused that? What was the root of that? And I've been having to examine it and look at it and see if it was truly something that I wanted to do, or was it a mask I was wearing? Was I pleasing someone else? It's so amazing to be able to get to a point of your awareness to where everything that happens, you look to see, well, what's the treasure within this moment?
Wow, wow.
You know? Um, and I want to share one with you if you do not mind.
Oh, yeah.
You know how we do it. We up at the jump, we don't be playing. So it's wintertime and I'm in Kansas and it's cold and I have the heater on and I have of course I say of course, but I won't say that because it might not be normal for you. But for me, in the wintertime, I get nosebleeds. Like, yeah, just because of the dry heat. So usually I will have a humidifier on. Just a download. However, I got rid of it a little while back. Uh, yeah, I will share with you the face I just made and why a little bit later. But I got rid of it, um, but shouldn't have, because your girl be itchy. Because not only do I get nosebleeds, although I put on some awesome body butter, but I still usually towards the end of the day, or it depends on how I'm sitting, so how my skin is being stretched, I get so itchy. I be itchy, like, oh, why? Like, oh, my thighs always, or the glutes, because the booty just be straight, don't itch, okay? So, and the reason what made me think, right, what made me think about it is that the other day I went to Natural Grocers and I got some daily moisture, and it's called Buddha butter, and it has organic shea butter, fair trade cocoa butter, coconut oil, olive oil, and jojoba oil, and everything is organic and unrefined.
Nice. Oh, I love that.
But the thing about it, even when I put this on, I still itch. So let me show you where the gems was. I need to drink more water. My body kept telling me, boo, hello, you keep putting this on the outside, but can you moisturize us from the inside?
That being said,
right, I was about to take a drink. So yeah. I wanted to share that with you because there's lessons and beautiful, extraordinary, magnificent, unique gems that we have in each moment. What we have to do is stay in that moment, be curious, and really, okay, I don't know what happened to my computer. Okay, hold up, I'm back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and really just dive deep in that moment to see it, and be curious of it and not be offended of it or not be so busy or any of that. So I hear you guys. I will drink my water because even today I was like, well, maybe I was allergic to something in this. I'm like, well, maybe I'm allergic to something because that could be, it could be. But then I'm like, but it's organic. So let me see, but no, boo, I need to drink my water. It's that simple. I need to drink my water. So make sure y'all, for real, just staying in the moment. and listening to everything, because everything talks to us. Our body talks to us. I mean, the air talks to us. Everything. Our guides are here. The invisible realm. All your fairy friends are over there trying to tell you something, but you're not listening.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to share that. I wanted to share that.
I'm so happy that you did. My skin hasn't drastically changed from Colombia, but it has changed. It has changed. So I'm like, what is that? The first thing I saw was white. It was like, what? Why's my ankle white? What's that? No, I had something called, and I loved it. It was called my natural moisturizer in Colombia, because it is eternally hot and beautifully hot, and I miss you so much. But anyway, I'll do that from time to time. I digress. Excuse me. But I realized that the changes in my skin, that I don't know if you all have seen me for the past shows, my hand, I keep doing this. That's because I have like this butter right here with me, and I have it open, and I keep touching it. And while I'm going through the show, I keep doing this and rubbing it on my knees and stuff like that. Because I didn't have ash in Colombia, because whatever I took inside with water and oil, and whatever I put on my skin, like we were talking when Dee was talking about in the shower, how she uses oil and stuff. When you sweat in Colombia, which is all the time, all that came out. So every time I touched my hands or skin and did things, it was like your natural moisturizer coming out to do it. And so even when I drank tea, I would, and it's like putting it back on there with yourself. So I realized that I dried a little considerably, that where my feet and ankles had not experienced that whiteness, that ash before from Colombia, it did it now. I was looking at them yesterday, like, whoa, where did that white stuff come from? And then my body said the same thing. Dude, guzzle some more water than you could. And it also said you have to use more moisturizer than you did before, and extra oil than you did before. Now, the one thing I haven't been doing here, because I don't have my own kitchen, is the different tonics I made. I haven't been making my tonics. But once I get stayed in my good kitchen, I get to buy all my stuff and carry it with me, because I'm still traveling from state to state, and I haven't bought a lot of products. But I used to eat that too. Oil is essential. Well, I had olive oil. I had orange oil. I had Scott's emulsion. That's cod liver oil with it's kind of white. I like that one because the straight cod liver oil makes me go but anyway. But Scott's emulsion is pretty cool going down, and it's cod liver. I had those oils, and also had olive oil that I made fresh in my kitchen with oregano. I said olive again. I meant to say oregano. I made fresh oregano oil, which actually David taught me how to use when I first came to Colombia, because I had a stomach problem, a little bug. And he taught me how. He said, well, make some of that. And I did. And that stayed for a long time. So I had all those oils that was going inside that was actually helping on the outside. Now that I recognize that this hasn't been for the past month now, it's taking this. Yeah. So thank you. That was a lot.
Well, first I want to say, okay, you need to share that, because that cod liver oil, I think it makes everybody in the world vomit. So it's probably not just you, you know. Oh, that was like punishment. No, I don't want it. No, you know.
It's from Scott's. It's in a brown bottle. Get the orange flavor one. It doesn't help. They just make you feel better by saying orange, but it's better than the straight cod liver oil. It's white. You can get it at Walgreens, CVS. I've seen it in all of those type of place drugstores, and it's in the baby section near the A&D ointments. Yay! Mothers know all about them baby. You know that. You know all about them baby sections. They have all the
yeah. Well, well, some others don't know. I will say that.
I take that. I take it back. I take that.
Right, right.
But it is in there where you walk in. I'm taking it. It's in a real tall bottle too. It looks like this, and it comes down and looks like that. Maybe a little bit longer, like this.
Um, that's funny. That's funny. I want to give a shout out to all the queens watching us live: Tiffany, Misty, DeAnna, and Blue, missing you, girl. She said, I know all about that butt cream. Right, the butt cream for the baby. Okay, or sometimes for you, because they make things for something else.
Yeah.
But you can use it for other things as well too. So I just want to put that out there.
Yes, you
I want to
can.
put that there. And oh my gosh, Angela, I got a download when you were talking about moving from a place that's hot to a place that's cold. The first thing that I received was that's how we need to treat everything in life.
Ooh, explain.
Because you said when in Colombia, you would do this with your body, and you could, it was hot there, so you were sweating. You had the different oils that you created that you actually were putting on your body, so you're external, and then you were consuming them as well too. So it was going inside of you, and then your skin didn't get really dry because of that regimen that you had, that routine there. But that routine was best there in that particular environment, right? So now you're traveling, right? You're traveling, you're back to the States, it's cold here, and you're like, and then you're like, okay, so this oil there was light enough to where it did moisturize my skin, but now back here, so now you might have to use something thicker like shea butter or something like that, right? You can literally apply that that step system to everything that you do, to people that you talk to, because everyone's not the same, right? So you're gonna, maybe with me, boo, you'll use like shea butter oil, meaning you'll put on that type of how you would see me. You would say stuff to me that was thick like shea butter because I'm that type of person. You talk to Tiffany, maybe you talk to her like you would use some oil that's lighter or that's in a liquid form, right? Or it has a smell. Maybe with Blue, you would come to her and smell like sage, and that's how you would speak to her, like sage, the vibration of sage. So that's how we have to do everything in life.
Wow.
And not only just people outside of us, ourselves, because we are constantly evolving. And I say that because we know that the constant thing on this planet is death and change, right? Death and evolution, right? So, or expansion, you could say it that way too. And I used to expect or do the same things when I had evolved and expected the same result, meaning that it was sufficient for my current state. And it wasn't. It wasn't. So not only do we have to do that outside of our body, we have to do it within our bodies well too. So I got a huge lesson when you were saying that. God's was like, boo, you need to do this to everything. Because literally, oh my gosh. So you're saying in this country or this climate, I cannot use this. It's too thick. Right? Because we've talked about it before. Because you'll say, D, what kind of oil you use on your hair? I'm like, I'm using body butter. And you're like, oh, that's too thick for my hair.
Yeah.
But it might not be now because you are different. One, you're in a different climate.
Wow.
Two,
awesome sauce. Man,
right?
girl.
Right. So you have to change. You have to evolve with that. So, and then it goes back to what I was saying earlier. That's why it's so important to stay in the moment and not be in the past or the future. Because you could have had a thought process that I'm going to use a different kind of butter while I'm in this different climate, which is the past. That's what used to work for your hair then.
You were saying, it always worked. I got to do this.
Yes.
Stay stuck. Wow. Go ahead. Guys.
Yes. So, boo, you are evolving. So evolve your thinking, evolve your habits or your intentions, evolve how you speak to others, evolve your, everything.
It's
Open
something
up, trust, and surrender. Let the universe blow your mind and just ride that wave with it. Go ahead, Angela.
No. I was going to say it's something that that was equated for you like that, and I think you were saying something like that yesterday when you were speaking about, or maybe it was Christine, how we are speaking to others. We use human design, so we not only know how to speak to for ourselves, about ourselves, but also communicate with others who we're all different. We're all different in so many ways. And then, man, that what you just said blew my mind so much, because we change within ourselves. We
Every
evolve.
second.
We expand. So then we have to, well, with us, the change will come in how speaking with other people, but also as we evolve, we learn, wow, everyone else is doing the same, and we're learning how to communicate on that level. Mind blowing. And I love that you said stay in the moment, because that's where the action is. From in the moment, you all, is where the action's at. That's where the action is. Yeah. Stay in the present moment. Yeah, and just watch yourself grow. It's like those cameras. Remember that camera they used to have when they showed a flower? It was a science, not channel, but they used on channel 12, and they had the little science things for the children. And it was one to show the flower growing, and it will show it from coming out of the earth, and they made it go millisecond. It was over time, but they did it in milliseconds. You could see, and you could just see it just form itself, and how each leaf came on, and then sprouts came out, and how it grew up and blossomed until it was like, and they just kept showing you. That's how we evolve and change, and
Yes.
being respectful of that is allowing us to become better with each other and communicate better with each other, and knowing ourselves, and the better we know ourselves, the better we know each other. Wow, man.
Yes. And it reminds me, because I remember, like, in a previous relationship, or it was someone that I was talking to, and they were talking about their spouse, and they were like, I know everything about them, and that was something that was really extraordinary for them, and they would talk about it and was so proud of it and pleased with themselves. And so what I did, I took that on, that is the way that it's supposed to be. And then if you don't know everything about someone, that it was something negative. But recently, I would say within the last 3 years or so, I've come to the conclusion that there's really no way that I can know everything about anybody. Reason being is because they are evolving each second. And then when I say something like that, oh, well, I didn't know that about you, get offended or something, like, and put them in a box, like you and Jesse and I have talked about, put them in a box. This is how I see you. You're this color. This is your edges. This is, no. Allow them.
How dare you change?
Right. I've heard that before. How dare you change? Like, boo, all I did was wake up and today's Thursday. Which is not what I changed. But however, I did because I was evolving. So I have switched that to where I do not expect to know everything about anybody, even myself. And then that's what makes it such a delight, to where we talk about this all the time. The treasure hunt. It's such a treasure hunt. Because it's like, oh, what am I going to get today from Angela? What is she going to be? Is she going to be blue? Is she going to be purple? Is she going to like green today? What is she? Right. Is she going to have, what's her water like today? It's so amazing and inquisitive, right? This is the way that we have to be. Well, I won't say we have to, because if that's your journey, this is the way that I choose to be. Yeah. And this is the way that I got out of being, first, stereotyping other people as well as myself, judging other people as well as myself. Yeah. To where I'm accepting other people as well as myself. Each phase, each layer, each whatever, I'm accepting it each second, So this is really important for me, and I wanted to share it with all of you as well too.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I didn't even know before how much I wasn't respecting myself. I didn't recognize it. Because I took stock, lock and barrel, and all of the perceptions that individuals had for me since I was like 5, you know, and you should do this. I was all a part of the you should do this talk, and now it's time for you to do this talk, and even down to the point of when it was time to wear heels, almost broke my ankles wearing heels because someone told me that's what I was supposed to do. And then put myself down because I wrenched my ankle trying to walk in them. And the person who told me was just, hey, look, you got the heels on. You'll learn
Ankle
how to
all
walk
broke.
down, you'll learn how to walk. And I went crack. I kicked those things off, especially, and hurt my ankle. But then I didn't go, that's not me, or that's not for me. I said, something's wrong with me. I said, man, I'm not like the other girls in school who are now 11, 12, 13, wearing their mothers allowing them to wear their heels that they're supposed to wear because everybody told them they were supposed to do it. And now I'm the odd man out. So FOMO was kicking butt. I was the preteen. Because every sister, young sister in the temple had their high heels on. And I wanted to know what was wrong with me that I couldn't walk in. What was wrong with my legs? I blamed the thickness of my legs, blamed my grandmother because I got her legs and then passed it down to my mother and I got it because my older sister has different legs. She got legs from the father's side, you know, genes work and everything. So I'm just really just disrespecting who I am. And I didn't realize how not knowing yourself in that way, you carry that disrespect of yourself throughout your life because you are lock, stock, and barrel on all of those limiting beliefs that other perceptions have told you you were. And now it's a blessing to be able to hear ourselves express who we are and learn in the moment and just grow up like that flower. Like, wow, this is really me, y'all. Check this out. We need a pose. We need a selfie for this love. That's what Tony says. We need a selfie for this love. For this self-love, we need selfies. That's what we taking. We taking selfies for this self-love. Everyone affirm that. Affirm loving and respecting yourself in the comment box. And take a selfie for your self-love. Yes. I want you all to take a picture. Don't just affirm it. I want you to put a picture with it. Take your best picture wherever you want, inside, outside, in the kitchen, wherever you want. Just don't do it naked. And because we'll get excited for that. Even though, hey, love yourself that way, but those are pictures for another time, another space and place. But put a picture with it. Show me your self-love. Take a beautiful picture of yourself with whatever you like. All right. And hashtag yourself, affirm your self-love and put that picture with it and send it to us. Tag us all in it so we can see. And tag your friends, put it inside your public space so everybody get to see it. Yay. I'm gonna take one today. The self-love selfie. How'd I look? I'm talking about
Boss, boo, boss.
boss.
Boss. It was a boss. I love that you said so much. Oh my gosh. It's really amazing. I say amazing. I say amazing because I'm not saying anything I try my best not to say stuff is bad anymore. No. It's really amazing how we go through that point in our lives to where we look for everything outside of us. Self-worth, self-love, everything to do with self outside of us.
Self-approval.
Yes, approval, forgiveness, everything, validation, everything, So I'm definitely glad that you got to the point to where you was like, okay, me wearing these heels, okay, I'm not trying to break my neck to be trying to look like y'all. Okay.
Still got people ask me why do you wear flats? And my heels like that. That's a heel. That's good enough for me. I'm good. They just said it in the train station.
Really? Wow.
Because I had a nice, beautiful blue skirt on and a nice blouse and a sweater, and they looked at my feet. I'm like, something was wrong. You wear flat. Why do you wear flats? I'm like, Bill, that's my style.
Yes.
I was nice about it though.
Yeah, you definitely have to, instead of react, you have to respond. And then another thing that I realized too that I was doing was I would defend myself too. And you don't have to defend yourself, right? You don't have to defend who you are. That is who you are, because you are. You know, and that's when it comes. It's really important to be the thermostat at that point. The meaning that you don't allow their questioning with their energy or whatever they're doing to cause you to react to them to where you think you have to defend yourself. I wear flats. What do you mean? What's wrong with flats? That's defending yourself. You know, you can flip it and it's like, aren't they beautiful? I mean, these flats, they are just jumping off with this blue skirt, don't you think? You know, and not even saying don't you think, because that's even seeking for their validation when you say that.
But just saying,
yes, thank you. Right. Whew.
Wow.
You know?
I'm glad you voiced that because I'm still learning, everyone. I have the realization of respecting myself now and being more into me and being in the moment with myself, but I'm still learning how to express it. And I'm glad you gave that example. You know, because most times when I don't know what to say, I just get quiet. Oh yeah. You know, if I don't know what to say, because you know, can't say something nice.
Don't say nothing at all.
Don't say nothing at all. Just let it go. If you're not in that space, don't add some negative vibes to that. It's all right. But and I have been in a space where I felt not mean about it or defensive, but I felt uncomfortable. Has anyone ever felt uncomfortable with other people saying you just don't know how to respond to it and you just quiet or smile? So hearing examples helps. Hearing samples from my big sis. I'm older than her, but that's my big sis. I have trouble thinking about DeAnna as younger than me. I got 8 years and 6 years with Sister Suki, and she is
Sister Suki.
She got wisdom. She has wisdom, and she's sweet. That's why I say my big sis. She's my big sis.
I was spitting wisdom out when I was 5. I wasn't playing, so.
She was. Came here like 505. That's how real.
Right.
That's a real.
Right.
That's all of us. That's all of us, though.
Right. Well, first I want to say, beautiful queen, that sometimes, I mean, we don't truly know how we're going to act until we actually face it, you know. Right. So I do that too. There's times where I am blank.
You get caught off guard or
but there's stuff behind that, you know. It's okay. Me personally, I'm like, well, I'm used to wearing a mask. I've shared this with Blue before. We've had a amazing talk about me wearing different masks and how I was evolving out of being secure in that mask. And then when I'm by myself, and then when I'm evolving, and especially when I meet someone new, I don't know what mask to wear. So it would freak me out. It would be weird. So my girl helped me with that because she said it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. Why are you calling me out? I know I asked you, but why'd you say it? You know. So usually if you see me and you say something and I'm quiet, and I won't say usually, I'll say sometimes, it's because I want to say the right thing, and then that can be
wow,
not cool for me, because then it's again my perception of your perception of me on how I should talk.
Oh, shucks.
You know what I mean? Because they're like, okay, D looks really, because like what you said D has wisdom, and I look at her as my big sister. So then in my mind, I'm thinking about, okay, so how does Angela see a big sister? How should a big sister talk?
Wow.
So I'm perceiving, you know, that's how I'm acting. That's how I'm trying to live up to your,
oh my God.
how you see me, instead of me hearing what you're saying and then not taking it on and just leaving it there and just being me.
That was hot. That was
Right.
hot. How you explained that was hot. That was cold.
Right.
Oh, what? That was hot and cold. Go there.
Because, dude, that's what be going on in my mind, okay? Because my mind be going like this all the time anyway. Remember, manifesting generator. So my mind is always spinning.
Can you do that again? Can you just, for everybody?
No. You like that? That was free flow. That was straight up flow. You better watch the replay. You like that?
She meant it, y'all. I'm sorry. She meant it.
Yes, it is. Okay, I will say it again the best that I can. It won't be quite the same.
Wow.
I have an issue with trying to live up to other people's perspective and my perception of their perspective of me. For example, when you said that I am like your older sister and I have this wisdom, right? So I'm getting out of this habit, I'll say that. So I won't say that I do this anymore, but I'm more aware of myself now. Yeah. So I try to live up to the perception, my perception of your definition of how a big sister or a female, that's a wise female, would talk and act and stand and eat.
Wow.
All of that. Right, Blue. Blue said there's a lot of pressure in that. It is. And then I would freak out, but see, oh my gosh, awareness again for me. That's why sometimes I would be so energetically and physically exhausted, because trying to basically be an actor. I'm in a movie and you just gave me that script. You said, "These my big sister." Right. No one said cut. You said, "Dee's my big sister. She is wise." And they're like, okay, I have this part, so now I have to act it out.
Oh my God, Dee. Oh my God, Dee.
And I was so exhausted. That's why y'all hear me screaming every day about I'm going to be myself, because I have to also continue to tell myself it's okay to be myself. And it doesn't matter if you like me or if anyone likes me, because I had people pleasing ingrained so deep in me that I always looked outside. So I would wear a mask, and then it was all well, she said wise, and the wise woman that I saw the other day, she would actually sit like this, even like it. You remember in church, close your legs, because that says something, and put the skirt on, and you can't, I know you're a girl, but you can't show your breasts, but you were given breasts, but you can't show them. Girl, look, you can see, okay, sorry. You can see the boobs, because that's me just showing you my boobs. That is me. And basically what they were saying is that you cannot be you, and however you are is bad.
Ooh.
And then I began to believe it. And then it was lacing itself in everything that I did, the way I brushed my teeth, the way I would stand, the way that I would eat my foods. Okay, so how does a girl burp? Because literally my ex-husband told me that I disgust him.
Oh my God. And
so I thought that I was disgusting because he said that. And then I was trying to reevaluate, what am I doing? What is so disgusting about me? That's in my mind. I didn't talk to him or ask him, which he should have been out the house that day, but because if I'm disgusted, but why we married? Okay, for real, straight up. However, at that point, I wasn't strong enough in myself and my self-worth to realize that I should not just accept anybody.
Oh my God.
So I know it just flipped it on you there a little bit,
No,
but
it's so mind blowing. I love you. I love your guys. I love this.
dude, I'm straight up telling you my life right now. My guys is like, dude, say this, say this. Remember you did that, D. Say this. It's because that's the way it was. That's totally the way it was. So that's why all of you see me such a champion right now of being aware of what I do down to everything. You know, why do I like candles? Why did I stop liking candles?
Yeah.
Why, why? What caused that? What was the root of that? And I've been having to examine it and look at it and see if it was truly something that I wanted to do, or was it a mask I was wearing? Was I pleasing someone else?
Girl.
Did I think that they wouldn't want to be around me if I didn't like candles? Because it was that deep. Because it is that deep,
It is that deep. So happy to hear it though. I'm here for all this.
Yes. I mean,
So happy to hear this because it caused you to look in. I have known women who didn't go to the bathroom because her husband wasn't supposed to hear her poop. I'm like, everybody poops, everybody pees. That's what it's the function. But she would wait until he was out of the house or resting long enough that she could go clear it out, whatever, like some incense, and like you don't fart, like a woman don't fart. But her husband farted all over the place. Disgusting thing, because he even did it. Just with you standing there, I mean, at least have some decorum and go off the roof. But the fact that that's just one thing, but you know all the things that you said, that you hear this and we take the you take these perceptions and you live these personas. And I did all of that. And this is the stuff that I'm peeling away still today.
And even what you just said, you said him farting was disgusting.
I know, right?
That's your opinion. And something else that dropped in me when you were speaking too is that's why I say my perception of your perception, because that's why lately I've been really trying to state like what is my definition of my words, because my words are my definition. And we assume that if I say blue, that you know exactly the same color blue that I'm speaking of, or that I know what you're speaking of, instead of ask questions, because we live and we have glasses in our perspective and our experiences. Or what if that person is colorblind? Come on, and they're saying blue. Ask the question. So back to what she was doing. What if her husband, to make sure that she didn't do this too, if one day she farted, or her mother said, or her great-great-grandmother that she's never met, because remember, we do take on the patterns and habits of others, because we're taught that over and over and over and over and over again. So her husband possibly didn't even say nothing about her going number 2. But that it was her perception. Or even if he did say it to her, did you go number 2? Remember, we receive what people say. We receive what people say from our perception. So you have to, it's so really important to do your inner work. Do your work. Be aware of what you like. Find out, who are you? Who am I? Why do I do this? Why do I stand? Why do I slouch? Why? Why do I love rose quartz in my water? Why? Find out who you are, so you do not attach your trauma, your issues, your unresolved energy, because that's all it is, unresolved energy, and you're pulling it, you're yanking it into the physical realm and attaching it to some word that someone else said to you, when that might not even be what they meant. So remember,
Wow.
do not react. Breathe. Stay grounded in each moment and ask questions of everybody, not even just the people you can see. Your invisible team. Be like, boo, come on. I love you. What color underwear should I wear today, boo? You know, whatever. Ask them. Hey, Jesse, love you, boo. You came in and we on fire, if you cannot tell.
Girl, I was just gonna say, I was like, Queen, what's going on? What fire, flame, so much of it. I'm enjoying so much. First of all, thank you so much. I was all over, and I was like, boo, even my sister-in-law, she's like, what's going on? I was like, well, I'm feeling a lot of the energies that's going on, not over here, over there. So I was feeling the fire in my kitchen as I was making food for everybody, because today is the last day of my brother-in-law in the house, and it is, I'm all over the place, and I also had to ground myself 2 times because of everything that's going on. So yeah, it's a lot. First of all, I am humble and I'm honored to be here. I am so grateful to be here every single day, whether I'm present or I'm not, because my energy is with all my projects that I put and all the beautiful people. That's something that I was explaining to my sister-in-law. Yeah, right. My sister-in-law was like, oh, so what have you been up to? I said, a little bit of everything. So she's I explained to her about, me, because how my project started with Tank, and I Am Creator and everything there. Not that started there, but the explosion of all the energies that I'm working with now, of all the projects that I am working with behind the scenes and in front of the camera, behind the camera, for my family, for your family, for everybody. So when I explained that to her, she's like, wow, you need a maid. I was like, so yeah, I'm gonna let you guys sharing, and I'm gonna be here and vibe with me.
Awesome, girl. You jumped in a portal there for a second at the very end. I love it. I want to read something that Missy just said, because that was, I think, my number one issue too. Misty said, I can totally resonate with that, Dee. My thing is, I get so caught up in what is right wording for each situation. I'd rather not say anything at all for fear of hurting or misjudging somebody else. Where is the balance? Yeah, and I put in my response to her was that I do, and then I put in all caps, did that exact same thing, because I'm not going to claim that anymore. So that was a big issue for me. The underlining for me, though, for that, under the actual root of that, was not people pleasing, one. Second, lack of self-worth. I mean, boo, if you know you're worthy, you're not worried about saying the right thing to the right person, because you will say it, right? It will be the right thing. And then even if it quote unquote isn't, it's a learning lesson. Remember, nothing happens to you, it all happens for you. So even if you say something and you hurt their feelings, that is an amazing opportunity for both of you, for that other individual to share who they are and let you know that you hurt me. And for you to say, I see you. I see you, you know? So and I had to tell myself this. So right now we're saying this to everyone watching us live and on the replay. I'm saying it to myself because it's still something that I'm working through, because we can talk about it all day long, but when that stuff is bam in your face, you like, you clam up. Oh my gosh, you're like, what? And then you don't say anything. So you get your practice, let's say that. because because then it becomes a repetition and then you get used to it. You're like, oh, okay. So this day, Angela's, I triggered her or whatever or something like that. And she said, I'm sorry, and I'm like, and then I didn't get mad. I was able to say, I see you, girl. I love you, queen. Oh, I did that right. Woo, woo. And you champion yourself. And then the next time, Jesse, you did something to Jesse. Me, when I'm saying you. So I did something to Jesse, and then possibly you did not respond the way that she needed you to. And you're like, okay, so I see that possibly this way, Jesse, I need to say it this way. So it's also experience, experience and practice, and I'm learning to be comfortable enough with myself to see myself in order to see you. Because I can't truly see you until I see myself. I can't be comfortable with you until I'm comfortable with myself. I'm learning that too right now. That's been like my biggest aha moment. That's was the issues with the error thing, everything, for the people who want me to articulate it that way. And oh my gosh, speaking of that, I used to get teased for the way I talk. I used to get teased. I was bullied for the shade of my skin. And the thing about this brother used to tease me was this color. So you darker than me, bruh, but you calling me blackie. But remember, it's not what people say, it's why they say it. He wasn't teasing my color. He was saying, D, will you see me? I don't get it from home. And other girls in the class think I'm weird or I'm awkward with myself because he was going through puberty. My voice sounds crazy. I got hair in weird places. My legs are all long. I feel weird. Will you see me? And that's what he was saying. But of course, then I'm like, oh, I'm crying. I'm all distraught because I was going through my own issues, puberty. And you remember, everyone outside of me had to validate me, So, but now I look back on that. And now I'm like, oh, that's what he was saying. Oh, like booping. And the beautiful thing about that is because you can look back, and I know I talk about don't look in the past. However, there's still some treasures. If you reevaluate a scenario that happened in your past from your eyes, from your present eyes, you're like, oh, that's what it was. And then you can implement that in your present moment. Watch out.
And if I could interject here, just so everyone knows, remember there's a difference between living in the past and reflecting. And for reflecting, we're just learning from all of our experiences, because you got to look at what you're learning at. Yeah, but not living in is like you're stuck back there, you're always back here, and you're not moving forward. So there's a difference. There's a difference. Girl, D, I love you. She just blew this stage up and fired it and then put some gasoline on it and lit another match. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to your guides. Thank you for being obedient. Oh, wow, for shedding this light, because I asked and I received, because I'm working these things out with myself and learning every day. And I get a piece of the puzzle all the time, And one thing that I put a link inside of the chat because what you were speaking about before about taking on someone's perception and a person having their own perception and being a perception of a perception, and then you ain't even living in the real world. That's exactly in that video I told you all yesterday that Joe Dispenza was speaking about, that Jesse gave us, that I was listening to yesterday morning. He said some people ain't even living in the real thing that happened. And they could swear to this day that it happened. That took me up, blew my mind. I was like, whoa. And that's what Dee was just speaking about. Wow. So asking yourself some intelligent questions. Why and what and sure. And that's really good. That is really good. I love that. it's something how this on the road that we're traveling, learning about ourselves, the different things that we are being able to practice each day. Every time I have that, the one thing that came to me the other day was being free to make a mistake, or what people call mistakes. You know, they call it a mistake, but is it really? You have to live it to learn about yourself. Just because someone else sees it as you shouldn't be doing it, they call it this mistake. But if it's such a mistake, why did I have to learn it to become who I am? You know, and even in what Dee was speaking about perception wise, that frees us up mentally so much when we get to investigate it all. All of it is valid. Don't make somebody think that you're stuck in your life, you're stuck in this mistake that you made. If it was a mistake, then why am I supposed to live it? Why am I supposed to do it? There's something in there that I'm supposed to learn about myself, you know, and that is a treasure. And go on that hunt, go on that treasure hunt. You know what I mean? Keep looking. Oh, Missy, Dee just put into the did you want to read that, Dee? Or do you want me to read it?
I can read it and I can talk on it a couple of minutes, but then I'll have to go. And you two can still do the live. That's fine. You two, I can, you know how we roll it.
We'll stop on time. I didn't even wreck. Wow, this was so.
I know it went by fast.
It went by.
So before we go anywhere, the guys asked me to pull a card, and I pulled the card, and one from the chakra and one from my spirit of the light. So once you're there, I can go and finish with this. We can finish that off.
Yeah, so.
Thank you, Jessie, and the guides. Love it. Okay, so Misty says, okay, I have a question for you, lady. I'm assuming you meaning me. But let me know if that assumption is wrong, if you mean all of us, which is definitely fine. How do I stop feeling guilty for everything? Even standing still, I still feel like I'm doing something wrong. How do I stop that feeling in my self-worth that I'm still doubting? Where is it something else?
I have her answer right over here, if you don't mind.
On time.
So the card that the guide we pulled for you today is the solar plex, the third chakra, self-worth and self-esteem. I honor myself by doing things that pleasure me, not only those that please others. I am empowered as I release the need to live up to others people's unrealistic expectation of me. When I respect and approve of myself, others would naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. I know I am worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. So I will type this in the description box so that we can, if we don't feel self-worth or unworthy or nothing, this could be a perfect mantra for us to do so that we can get into that mode. That's the reason why the guide said we can stop at where we were at. So we also pull Master Buddha, increase awareness. Deep connection, trust your inner voice, your inner guidance. That is the voice we want to listen to, not the scatters of the world. You are moving beyond the illusions that fear has created so that you can be more focused on your priorities and what is serving you at this path. all sufferings eventually come to an end, and acknowledging how you really feel and what occurs in order for you to feel this way to help you move beyond it. Call on Master Buddha now to help you remember you are part of something that is greater than suffering. The wheels of karma is turning into your favor, and all of the act of kindness and goodness would benefit you. Though many arise now that solves issues in your life, home, relationship, or work, they are being sent to you from your inner teacher, the Buddha within, so that you can learn that. And as the water in the toilet flows, I am reminded to remind you to let it flow and bring it back into the water of one, so that it can flow in and listen into to that guidance. The meditation part of things, the awareness. Your gift is your awareness. Your gift is your awareness. Your awareness of knowing that your guidance, it is that voice that gives you all of the treasures that we seek, not what others put into my mind, my body, or my spirit. Shield that from what is coming towards you, because that is just an illusion of the dream that you're living. You're living that dream. Step out of that dream. The self-worth, it is something that is within you. You already have that self-worth, that self-love, that self-compassion, that guidance, and that beautiful that it comes. We hope that this message has brought you peace and awareness, because that is what we seek and what we love from all of the dimensions of all. Have an amazing day. We are grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. I will type this and I will allow what other messages that come through into the chat later on. Is there anything else that you guys want to cover before we shut the portal? Remember who you are. You are powerful and amazing. And regardless of what others might tell you, you are that being, that beautiful that we see. Thank you.
With that being said, we love you all dearly. We pray that you have a blessed day. Continue to have a blessed day full in love and light. And remember your beauty within. Love you all. See you tomorrow.
Love you all.